Good day, everyone. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Benga Adetitun, and I'm your host on this YouTube channel, Benga Akindele. I welcome you warmly today, and I'm very happy and delighted to have you. Today, I want to talk to you about the reason why diseases can be transmitted through hands, and why we are told to wash our hands to prevent the spread of some diseases. Why are we to wash our hands to prevent the spread of some diseases? That is what I want to talk to you about. Now, there's some diseases that are spread through a method called the oral fecal route. The oral fecal route. Diseases are caused by germs. These germs are called microorganisms. Many people have taken microorganisms as enemies. But not all microorganisms cause disease. In fact, the number of microorganisms that cause disease are minute compared with the ones that are beneficial. Many microorganisms are beneficial. I will give you one or two examples. In the making of yogurt, microorganisms are involved in the fermentation from the milk state to the yogurt state. Fermentation occurs to give you that yogurt taste. Now, these microorganisms that are there are bacteria, and one of them is Lactococcus species. They are there in the milk, and when into they are taken into the body, ingested by the mouth, they go to the intestine, and in the intestine contains some microorganisms. In fact, every part of the body contains some microorganisms, except some functions, some aspect of the brain. Now, when these lactococcus are they get to the intestine from the milk, what happens is that they when they get there, they stimulate the probiotics that are in the stomach. They stimulate them, and probiotics are very good for the stomach. Probiotics, they secrete some chemical compounds that drive away organisms that can cause disease in the stomach. So they are good for the stomach. So when you take yogurt, lactococcus is inside the yogurt, lactobacillus is inside the yogurt. It helps the probiotic component of the stomach, and it helps the health of the stomach. There are other microorganisms like the one involved in the production of gari, like some microorganisms involved in the production of iru, the locust bean seed. Some microorganisms are involved in so many other processes of fermentation and in so many other aspects of food preservation and food additives. All these are very good. In the mouth, there are microorganisms. In the ear, there are microorganisms. And these microorganisms normally reside in the mouth. Like on the skin, Staphylococcus aureus is a normal flora of the skin. Staphylococcus aureus is a normal flora of the skin. I hear some people at some bus stops, they are selling some herbal drugs, and everything they be shouting is staphylococcus, gonococcus, this and that. I just laugh. I take time to listen if I have the opportunity to be around the place, and I laugh because those things they're mentioning, yes, they may, but some most times they're not the principal causes of infection, as those people claim. Now, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that the organisms that cause disease in the body, they are not as much as the organisms that are beneficial in the body. Now, these organisms that cause disease, how do they get to the body? How do they get to the body? They can get to the body. Let's take, for example, um, lactobacillus is supposed to be in milk, supposed to be in yogurt, but by some error, maybe during the preparation, another kind of organism that is not supposed to be in the stomach finds its way into the milk. The organism may even be Staphylococcus. The organism may be any organism that normally can even be Pseudomonas that normally should not be. It may even be enteropathogenic E. coli, and it finds its way into the intestine through the yogurt. what it will cause is that it will cause discomfort in the stomach. Or some organisms like Vibrio cholerae or Salmonella species, Salmonella typhi, when they find their way into the intestine and they are in large numbers and they get to the bloodstream, it causes a lot of discomfort and disease because that is not where they ought to be. Because of that, the body becomes diseased. Now, if the body is diseased, let's say because of Vibrio cholera, and then the individual starts going to the toilet, start using the water closet, start going to defecate, start going to pass out feces frequently. The individual is passing out feces frequently, frequent passing out of feces. This frequent passing out of feces, it's harmful to the body. The individual cannot concentrate if the individual is a student, and the individual cannot concentrate if he's a worker. If he's a puppy in a school, cannot concentrate if he's a child. The mother will not be able to concentrate on the work because you have to be taking care of the child and have to rehydrate because the child will lose a lot of water and salt, and some kind of electrolyte will be lost from the body. And if care is not taken, it can lead to death if it's much and the electrolyte is not replaced on time. Now, this Vibrio cholera that have been dispersed out in the feces, remember, it is what is causing the diarrhea, and that's what they call cholera. It's causing that. It's a kind of diarrhea that is a kind of stooling that is persistent, and it leads to death. In fact, there was a time an epidemic of cholera in some parts of the world. Now, when this cholera is passed out in feces and there's no proper hygiene, there's no good toilet, there's no good water closet, there's no good way of disposal of the feces. The child passed out the excreta, the feces, they leave it on the floor. Another child is playing, he comes, he rubs his hand on the feces. When a child rubs his hand on the feces, excreta, and where would that child take the hand to? Normally, is he going to put the hand on the leg or on the hand when the child is playing? After playing, putting the hand, sit down. Will he put the hand on the this thing, or on the head, or on the eye, or on the nose, or on the ear, or on the mouth? Your guess is as good as mine. The child will put the hand in the mouth, no matter how you try. You put the hand in the mouth. You may just take sand, be playing with sand. You put the hand in the mouth. In fact, as individuals all over the world, human beings, we put our hand in our mouth more than any other place. Even in places where they use fork and spoon, you still use your hand to hold the fork and the spoon to put it in your mouth more than any other place. And the disease can be spread because the organism that causes the disease is in the hand, because it has touched the child or whoever it is have touched the feces with the hand. One way or the other, whether through eating or whatever, if the hand is not properly washed, when the child is eating, when the adult is eating, the hand will get to the mouth, and then the organism will get to the mouth. The organism will go to the system, to the intestine, multiply, and then the diarrhea continues. The cholera continues. And then God save the community. If the source of water in the community is from the river, that kind of diarrhea that has been passed is packed. Defecation was done on the land, and it was packed from the land and taken to the river and thrown into the river. And then another village is downstream, and then they are drinking from the river. They are drinking diarrhea water. They are drinking Vibrio cholerae water, and they will have Vibrio cholera in their system. That is why we say some diseases are spread through the oral fecal route. Ora is mouth. Fecal is from the anus. Excreta, that's fecal. Oral fecal route. So it comes from the feces, from the fecal route, and then it gets through the oral route. How? Is it through the leg? No. You don't put your leg in your mouth. but you put your hand in your mouth. In fact, as adults, observe any adult around you for 1 hour or for less than 1 hour. Before you know it, they have put their hands in their eye, on their nose, or anywhere around the face. Why? This is how we are brought up, except we retrain ourselves. And that is how we may continue if we do not retrain ourselves on these important and particular issues. It may continue that way. So that is why it is very, very worrisome also in the case of the coronavirus, the spread of the COVID-19. It can be on surfaces. If somebody has it, the person is showing symptoms, person coughs and then coughs or sneezes into the hand. Some of the virus gets into the hand. When the person shakes another person, some of the viruses are transmitted to the person's hand. You understand? That person that transmitted to, it goes to eat, so the virus enters into the system. The person that goes to eat, maybe the person even feeds some children. The person handles money. The person does a lot of things and shakes some people. The virus has spread. That is why, to curtail the spread of the virus, it is said that we should wash our hands. Wash our hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands with clean water and with soap. With soap and clean water. With soap and clean water. With soap and clean water. Wash your hands with soap and clean water. This is the reason why. Because infections, germs can be transmitted to the oral, mouth, fecal route. How does it get to the mouth? Through the hand. Through the hand. The mouth will not go down and pick food from the table. It will make use of the hand. So the solution to most diseases is in our hands. It's in my hand and it's in your hand. Have your hands cleaned. The Bible also talks about clean hands and a pure heart. Clean hands. If your hands are clean always, you are sure to be free from most infections. I remain yours sincerely, Benga. I want to plead with you before you end the video. Watch my other videos from the beginning to the end. Watch them from the start to the end. And if you do that, your life is going to move forward in the right direction. Your life will move forward in the right direction. Wash your hands. Watch my YouTube videos, all of them. I have close to 100 YouTube videos. Watch them from the start to the end. I am going to talk to you some other time. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's very important you subscribe. I have a target of reaching 2,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Please be one of those and help me to spread the word around so that others also can subscribe and be part of the subscribers. I love you and I'm happy that you have learned what you have learned today. I am going to talk to you some other time. Bye for now and God bless you.